Hello out there, welcome to another episode of RC Car Mods with RC Ninja right here coming at ya. Today, short video, it's been a while, I've been out busy drifting with my car, and what I needed to do now is I need to lock my back diff. Apparently it's the thing to do, it's going to get you a lot more sideways, a lot quicker with a lot more control, so I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you here on my HSP, it's a fairly cheap or middle of the range I guess, it's a touring car. We're going to get into the back diff here and we're going to lock it up and I'm going to show you how to do it. Bit of a quick update on the micro, the little micro GT Mustang I've got here, still waiting on some details. Chris, hurry up and hit me up. I'm also waiting on a new ESC for that one. But what I did is I found on the internet here is these drift tyres. I couldn't really find some drift tyres for a micro. I have ordered another set which is apparently a rim and tyre combo hard plastic, so that one should be in the mail. We'll see how it goes. But what I've got here is some micro diff tyres. Look it up on eBay, there's a guy out there, I think it's over in the UK, who does these, and apparently you just put them on your car, put them on your standard tyres, shrink them in a bit of hot water, and apparently you get some rad drift tyres out of it. I bought a heap of packets, they were like $2 each. So I bought a heap, so when I do go through them I don't have to order them again and wait another 4 weeks. But that will be coming up in a later episode. But for now, let's lock our diff. First things first, we need to remove our diff housing. This can be a little bit tricky, so a bit of patience is required. I often find it handy that when working with small screws, you need to put them into a safe place. I use a little container, a pinch from my girlfriend. Handy tip is to put the screws you removed back into the holes you took them out of so you know where they go later. So I had a little bit of an issue removing the screw from the bottom of the diff housing. I had to use my scalpel to cut away a small part of plastic so I could access the screw and take it out. Well, that was a pain in the ass. I had to cut a little bit more out at the bottom here. As you can see, it probably needs a wash. Now that's one thing when you are working on your RCs. You can cut plastic, believe it or not. You can cut it, just make sure it's not as important as something like one of your arms or, you know, something like that. Don't cut your arm off. But this one I've done, it's managed to get that screw out a little bit easier. So there's the diff. We can now slide that out. We've got it all here. And what we have to do is we'll have to undo this. It's a nice metal one, which is good. But we'll have to undo all this so we can get in there and lock the diff. So once you figured out how to take your differential out, As you can see, it both spins autonomously. But once you figured out how to do this out, now each car might be a little bit different, but most differentials should be very similar. So this can apply to all of yours. Most of taking it out of your car, as we found out, can be difficult on some. But once you get it out, they should all look like this. Well, the first thing we need to do is take out these 4 small screws. So here we go, we've got both of our differential unlocked. It's nice and open, free moving, as you can see, all the gears in there are working. The most important part here, I think, is that we're going to have to clean it out really good. With the grease in there, you'll see that's what invites it to spin freely. That's what lubes it up, I guess, to get it to spin nice and cleanly. And we want to stop it from spinning, because what we want is this just to lock together so that when this spins, the whole thing spins. Don't be afraid to pop out this little gear here. Just pop that out. Have some rag on hand. Get all that initial grease off. But I'll go and do that, and then we'll come back and we'll lock our diff. So here you go, I've cleaned it all out. Probably not as well as I should have. I don't know, this is the first time I've locked a diff, so if you guys want to shout out in the comments below, please do, and tell me whether it's going to work or it's not going to work. I thought, well, if it doesn't work, I'll just take it out and do it properly. Otherwise, I go back to having a normal car. So now we have to go and lock the diff. What I've got here is some plasticine or some blue tack or whatever you want to call it. You can choose to glue it, you can make it all solid and proper, but I don't know, I might want to bring this back to being a touring car. So what I'll do is I will just use this for now. We'll test drive it and then see how it goes. Now, one of the things I did think with having the not cleaned it properly, what I'm going to do is if I put a piece of paper towel in there, hopefully it's going to keep the grease from getting together. Get it together like it's on a date. And that might work, it might help, it might not, but who knows. So the first part is to put a bit in the bottom. Might need a bit more than that. What we'll do is we'll go and put some in the bottom there, nice and tight, so it's really going to work. Then we'll put these back together. Push that in. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that seems pretty tight. I don't think that's going to go anywhere fast. It may, but we'll just put that down in there, nice and compact. Hopefully this will go back on. Yes, and then we'll put some more, a nice thick cover on the other side, cover it all up, all the way. Just really pack it in there. I don't know if you can have too much. The more the merrier. It's like a party in there. So we will put that plasticine back in like so. Make sure we can still see the holes. So I can put the screws back in. There we go. Looking pretty good. Pretty red. Now we will put these back in here. Get it in there nice and good. Now what I'm hoping is that should lock together pretty tight. Looks like that's done the job. Make sure it's still nice and flat. There we have one locked differential. Nice and tight. Now the easy part, we put it back together. One of the things I do is whenever I'm tightening screws, I'll always put them in about 3/4 of the way, just so they all get a grip and they can all be in there, and then I'll go back and nice and tight and screw them in, because the last thing you want to be doing is have one real tight, need a little bit of movement, and then not be able to make any adjustment. So if you do them all 3/4 of the way in, then go and screw them in nice and tight at the very end. I never do them too tight either. Sometimes you can get them to seize up in there, but these ones aren't really near too much moving. Sometimes I'll get some oscillation from the diff, but you can do these ones fairly tight in there. And there's your casing.
Finish your reassembly and you're done.
There you go, they both go the same way. So there we have it, Mod Ninjas. We've put our lock diff in. Yeah. Can't wait to absolutely try this out. Oh, that goes a bit slower, that's a bit better, you can see it then. But we've put the lock diff in there, which is going to be wicked. Unfortunately, I can't show you it in drifting, because if you have a look at the tyres, where are you? There you go, and that one there, they are absolutely buggered. Probably too much camber, but hey, that's Ninja Styles. So I will have to put up a video a little bit later when I get my imports in. Then we can show you how that works. I am tempted to go to an RC hobby place. My local one's pretty rad. Drift tires, unfortunately, freaking ridiculous prices. So guys, get them cheaper. Please subscribe, because we've got the chance to win a competition I'll be running in the next couple of weeks. Just waiting for the import to come in on that one. Anyone who's subscribed already or hasn't yet, please subscribe before the competition runs, because you will get 2 chances to win. Hit the like button, hit the share button, get all around, get your mates in there. Hey, if you win, it's actually a competition that you'll both be able to use the prize for, so get onto that, share it around, like it up. Stay tuned for the mini micro GT Mustang Drift. That's going to come out soon. And hey, RC it up, RC Ninja out.